Thierry Henry, Dennis Beckham, and the likes in the mix. We also know, and we'll talk about England's greatest footballer. Everyone always talks about Bobby Charlton because of 1966, obviously, right? And you talk about France's best footballer of all time, and there's always the talk about Michel Platini and Zinedine Zidane. But yeah, with Nigeria, I don't even want to do the MPFL because we've addressed it before a couple of months ago when we were in that cubicle. Remember, I think I called China Cheru, and he was confused. He couldn't even tell me who Nigeria's greatest Nigeria Premier League player of all time is. But hey, maybe we can.
I think that has been sorted.
Yeah, but maybe we can agree or disagree. I don't know. But who is Nigeria's greatest footballer of all time? Yeah, who is Nigeria's greatest footballer of all time? We don't have one. We don't have one that is acclaimed, right? It's always divided. Sᴏᴏ Odegbami mathematical.
Some people will mention
Rashidi Yekini, Austin Jeje Okocha, Kanu Nwankwo, Christian Chukwu. But we don't have our consensus greatest footballer of all time. And other countries too have. Cameroon have got who? They've got
They got Samuel Eto'o.
They've got Samuel Eto'o. They've also got apart from, I mean, if you go back to Italian 90, the man who played Roger Milla. You know, maybe that generation will tell you Roger Milla. This current generation will tell you, Samuel Eto'o. But what do we have? What is the other generation telling us, or what is this generation also agreeing with? So, who do you think is Nigeria's greatest footballer of all time? Once again, welcome to Sports Cruise on mainland 98.3, the sound of Lagos. Okay, what's popping?
Good. Another night of European football. It's the Champions League night. PSG.
Does it feel like a Champions League night?
No, I guess at this point, because all of the English teams are out of it already, it's kind of like taking the energy away from it.
I don't think because of United's bashing yesterday, I'm still very much euphoric in all of that, and I don't have a feeling that it's Champions League football tonight.
No, I think again, I mean, the numbers are, getting lighter every round. The round of 16, round of the quarterfinals, the semi-finals. Now we have just 4 teams. Some of them have one leg in already. Real Madrid would also want to do the not impossible, the expected tomorrow against Bayern at the Santiago Bernabeu. Tonight is going to be PSG at the Parc des Princes wanting to upturn a 1-0 deficit in the first leg against Borussia Dortmund at the Signal Iduna last week Wednesday. So I think the fact that we have just 4 teams left, and none of the 4 teams have English teams, and of course you know very well that the crave for English teams in Nigeria is quite much. We've got a lot of Manchester United fans, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, and Manchester City fans. So I think the fact that some of them are no longer in the competition is kind of like, bringing it down a little bit. But hey, the most important thing is that European football is back tonight, and now we'll figure out who would, be on that arguably, you say is the greatest sports event ever.
Oh yeah, I think the Champions League is the biggest,
at Wembley. Is it going to be 2 German teams, a replica of the last time we had the same thing played out at the Wembley Stadium where we had Bayern defeating Borussia Dortmund? Are we going to have 2 German teams again in the finals, or is it going to be either ways? Maybe, Kylian Mbappe saying goodbye to his former club by meeting his prospective new club in the finals. That's PSG, Real Madrid. The next 48 hours will determine who gets what in the Champions League.
All right, so back to my earlier question. Who do you think is Nigeria's greatest ever football?
It's going to be really tough because we didn't do more than the African Cup of Nations. So
but we had some respectable World Cup showings, right?
That's
994.
Yeah,
and
1998 a bit.
Yeah,
we got to
if you want to squeeze that in.
Well, maybe the 2018 World Cup as well.
Yeah, but 1994 was much more memorable, right? Yeah, so
1994 was the peak. Nigeria was the 4th best nation, footballing nation in the world.
So can you make my job easy?
USA 94.
Can you make my job easy? Who is Nigeria's greatest ever footballer?
I don't know.
Okay, do you want to think over that? You want to ruminate over that?
I think right now my options are really up. It's going to be difficult for me to take away Mikel Obi from this conversation. Yes.
Are you joking?
I'm not joking. He won the AFCON.
Alright, fine. No, that's cool. No stress.
See, I'm not going to pick a player that did not win the AFCON. Whether in 1990 or 1994 or in 2013, I'm not going to pick a player that did not win the AFCON.
Okay, so we'll come back to this. We'll let this simmer for a bit. We'll let you guys listen, ruminate over it.
And let me also think.
yeah, exactly. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Feel free to also drop your comments on those platforms. You can also call in. I believe that will be on the second half of the show, brought to you by Bed Baba. 091-36000-410. I've been told I have to take it slow, so 091 0366410.
Wale are not serious.
Alright, okay. So while men slept, the Nuggets fell into a 2-0 hole in the NBA playoffs, conference semifinals, and they are officially in trouble. And to explain better how the Nuggets have got themselves into this hole against the Timberwolves, Emmanuel will be joining us just in a moment to explain further. Hopefully, Tim Young also can join in on that conversation pretty soon. But looks like we have to pay bills, and maybe we'll have to come back to that. The Knicks also started well against the Pacers, and I'm sure you guys, the NBA heads over there, are looking forward to hearing the thoughts of Emmanuel on this. Remember, we're still asking you, who do you think is Nigeria's greatest ever footballer? I think we should do Emmanuel, that we can go on a break much later on. I'm trying to connect to Emmanuel, who will join us live all the way from Kano State in a moment. But in case you don't know, the NBA playoffs second round continues tomorrow morning, and it's also no news that Victor Wembanyama has emerged as the rookie of this season. All right, Emmanuel, good evening, welcome to the show. Hope you're doing great. Is it raining already in Kano?
Yeah, good evening, Wale. Funny enough, we've been seeing some shades of rain, but this
just manage it.
No, it's been raining actually all day.
Because there's also a 0.005 tax added to the levy to the rain these days. So it's not raining that much. So manage whatever.
We've seen the rain today, and it's been good. Everybody started here in Kano.
All right. Okay, I don't know if people in Denver are excited what they're seeing right now with the Nuggets, and I want you to talk us through that one, because I must tell you that the Wolves made a major point last night. They look for real without the anchor of their defense. That's Rudy Gobert. They made a title statement at the Ball Arena in Game 2. We have to take them for real. You don't take them for real at your own peril. That's the story of the Timberwolves these days.
Yeah, well, Wale, they are the best defensive team in the NBA regular season for a reason. Talking about the Timberwolves. And Rudy Gobert, we know he's a 7-footer. You also have Anthony Towns as well. But Wale, sometime back, what's the name? That Nikola Jokic made a statement that the worst team, the toughest team he ever faced in his career in the NBA was the Lakers team in the bubble, because they had three 7-footers in Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, and Anthony Davis. So randomly, Frank Vogel would throw Dwight Howard at him or JaVale McGee, which allowed AD so much room and space to dominate the paint. And the Lakers were lacking that this time. But the Timberwolves were not lacking that at all. Now we have Anthony Edwards, who is also good defender. He can play on the perimeter. He can block down defender. We've seen him make the game time block many times before a game in regular season. And he leads all scorers in the NBA postseason in fourth quarter points. Talking about Anthony Edwards, who only to the media yesterday. Please stop comparing him with MJ.
Yeah, but did you see his shrug? Did you see his Michael Jordan imitation of the shrug? Anytime he does that, there's always that conversation about him and Michael Jordan.
Exactly. Even his similarity with Kobe Bryant also comes to the fore.
Yeah.
The youngest player before 23 who has dropped multiple 40-point games, and Kobe and the whatnot. But Wale, not Gobert, but the man who was the 6th man of the year, Naz Reid, was at the 4. He came clutch for them as well. And for me, I've always said it, Karl Anthony Towns has limited himself many times. The moment he knew he can shoot from downtown, he has stopped dominating the paint. But last night he said no, he wants to go to the paint and dominate the paint. While they combined, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic were 8 of 31 from the field. They were horrible.
The Nuggets were punked.
Yes, they were punked because, like I said, you are playing against the best team that have the best defense in the regular season, and they brought everything to the fore. See, well, I've only said it last season. I told you that if you can frustrate Jamal Murray, allow Nikola Jokic score 60 points. Go step back. While every game, Jokic scored 40 points and above in the playoffs, and Murray did not come to the party. They were going to lose those games. He's the closer for them, talking about Jamal Murray. The teams are supposedly close down Jamal Murray. Allow Jokic to score, have the triple doubles. Let him do what he wants to do. As long as Murray did not come to the party, the Nuggets have struggled. And it seems at the ball arena, the high altitude, the Timberwolves said no, they are going there, and they picked 2 games. For the first time in 20 years, the Timberwolves will play a second-round fixture in the NBA. The last time it happened was 2004. They still had the man called the big ticket with them that time. Talking about Kevin Garnett, who is the franchise player. So right now, Anthony Edwards is the leader of this team. Well, that's the pick right now. There are conversations that they want to make him the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
No longer Carl Anthony Towns. And yes, no Rudy Gobert last night, but Nasrid, Alexander Nicole, they all came to the party. And one man nobody talks about in that team is Mike Conley. That guy facilitates and orchestrates the whole of that team. He's the playmaker, he's the coach of the pitch for them. And yesterday, we saw what he did facilitating the team. He doesn't give you too many points, but he's the lockdown defender, he's the playmaker, the point guard of the team. They allowed Anthony Edwards and the left of town to go to their things around the perimeter.
All right, so Emmanuel, I mean, Game 3 comes up on Friday, and it's going back to Minnesota. And we know how good the Timberwolves have been on home court. But, I mean, if the Nuggets have any hope of getting into the series, they have to fight back. I think that they haven't been out thought tactically when it comes to both coaches. I think it's been more of them being out-muscled. They've been out-muscled physically in this contest so far, so good. And they'll have to fight back. They have to be more physical. They have to take Game 3 to Minnesota. And in simpler terms, do you remember when you ran into the house when you were young and didn't want to fight a bully, and your mother made you go out there and fight, win or lose? I think that's what Denver needs to do right now. They need to leave the house and join the fight.
Well, there's something else nobody has thought in recent times about the Nuggets. The team is understaffed, let me use the word, compared to what they did last season. There were 2 guys that were clutch for them last season from the bench, Bruce Brown and Jeff Green. Since those 2 guys left the team, both check back last season, Bruce Brown was not one of their X-factors in every series they played in the playoffs. Bruce Brown left the team, he went to the Indiana Pacers before he was traded to the Raptors, he got injured. Bruce Brown was not well replaced, and Jeff Green was also not well replaced. And guess what? They didn't buy enough to replace those guys. So right now, aside the starting five, which you can say are the best starting five in the Western Conference, because you have what's the name, Aaron Gordon, Caldwell Pope, what's the name of these guys, Jokic, Murray, and Porter Jr. No other person comes off the bench. We have a Jackson who doesn't get enough playing time. You have the Andre Jordan he has gone past a long time ago, and you have Christian Brown who supposed to be their next big thing, but he doesn't get enough minutes to play. So right now, what they did not get them on the staff, because they didn't replace Bruce Brown and Jeff Green. Go check last season, those 2 guys were key and clutch for them on route to winning the championship. Yes, at this point they have to come out to fight, but they might pick one game on the road. But I don't know if this Timberwolves, they are greedy, they have tasted blood, and right now, like I know what this guy said, they're going to throw a punch at them, but they're not sitting back to win. They're also throwing their own punch back. Talking about that man.
Okay. And in the other game, the game was decided by the feet. That's the Pacers versus Knicks game. But I want us to quickly focus on what's to come tomorrow morning. Celtics Cavs game 1. Do you think it's going to be straightforward? And there's also game 1 between Thunder and the Mavericks. You remember the classic of 2016?
Yes, I remember very well. So it was 2016, very well. Only first off, the Celtics and the Cavs looks like a mismatch.
Yes, it's a mismatch, honestly.
Yes, because Cavs was, what's the name? Porzingis, the injury he picked up in the last game, in the game 6 that he played already, game 5 against the Heat. We don't know the state he is in. Now, Donovan Mitchell can give you some good meaning.
Yeah.
Now, let's not forget it. The starting 5 for the Celtics are all lockdown defenders. You start from Drew Holiday, the best perimeter defender for me in the NBA, so as a guard. You also have Tatum, you have that man, Jaylen Brown. They also have the requirement for me on some hero in that team. Maybe in the place of Porzingis, Al Horford will step in. Maybe, most likely. But Wale, I don't know how. That was Garland and Donovan Mitchell. If you put all the backcourt in the NBA, point guard and shooting guard, they rank among the top 5 in the regular season. That's how good they are. Now, for their center, Derek Allen is out injured. Maybe who stepped in for him? I know. Of course, I cannot bring the Cadetian boy into the team. Talking about what's his name again? Tristan Thompson. I think he doesn't have enough to come into the team, but he might come off the bench. Derek Allen is out injured, but Wale, I think it's on that in the mismatch. I expect the CAF underdogs to put in the fight. They know they are not the favorite to win this series, but I will not be surprised still, Wally, if the Celtics don't win the East.
Okay.
Mark it this time. I'm not surprised they will not win the East. And for the other game,
the OKC and the Mavs.
I think I'll favor the OKC to go through. Kyrie Irving and what's the name? Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic will come all out. They will smell blood. But I think the likes of Lou Dort, Dylan Williams, and Chet Holmgren, Shakir Alexander, and the rest of them will all come out. But I think I want to favor the OKC to go over this one.
And Chet Holmgren came second in the NBA Rookie of the Year awards, right? And Wembanyama took first. And the scary thing about Wemby and maybe even Chet is that this is just phase one. I mean, these guys have still got so much to give, right?
Yeah, they still have a lot to give. But if I know, like we said, the inconsistency with the NBA. You use the rule for this year, the next year you change the rule. I keep saying, when LeBron won the Rookie of the Year, they said Carmelo Anthony was the overall best player, but his team had a bad season, LeBron had a better season. So Chet Holmgren had a good season with his team. They were the best in the West and all the whatnot. But in terms of the numbers and stats, everything went in favor of that man called Victor Wembanyama. So as the first man to ever win the award, and also he led all rookies in points, rebounds, steals. He led the entire league in blocks per game, 3.6 blocks per game. He scored over 100 3-pointers. He broke some records en route to winning this award, so it's a good one for him.
Right.
And guess what, Wally? They are also in the running to get the number 1 overall pick in this year's NBA draft.
All right, we got to go, Imani, because we got bills to pay. I know you also have to go. You've got a show by 6:30 p.m. But do you want to chime in on this real quick? Who do you think is Nigeria's greatest ever footballer?
Nigeria's greatest ever footballer.
Yeah.
While this conversation has always gone on over and over again, I think at this point, for now, I'll give it to Rashidi Yekini.
Why?
Yeah, Rashidi Yekini. Yes, the number speak for him.
Okay.
Even though I think I can also make a case for the Sᴘᴏʀᴛ, he scored 24 goals for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. In 40, his numbers is averaging a goal in every 2 games.
Every 2 games,
so that may also favor him as well.
I mean, you love American sports, and American sports is more about the numbers, right? So I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, so see, is a matter of potato. If I want to make a case for Rafael Nadal as the greatest left-handed player in the history of the game, I will bring my good debate from there. Yes, I can bring my good debate at what's name. Nadal is the most dominant one-handed player in the history of the NBA. So, Wally, I think I'll give it to Rashidi Yekini.
All right, thank you very much for your thoughts. And, have a great evening.
What he just said is a lie in the background.
All right, thank you very much, Emmanuel. Nice talking to you. We have to pay bills. Welcome back. We are still getting back to this conversation. I've allowed it to simmer a lot, right? And yes, who do you think is Nigeria's greatest ever footballer? Feel free to call us up 09136 410. Sports Cruise and Drive Time. Don't go anywhere.
So keep on pushing. You love hard water shield cement now confirm. Number 1 waterproof cement for Nigeria. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. Number 1 waterproof cement for Nigeria. You love hard water shield cement number 1. Number 1. You love hard waterproof cement number 1. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lafarge water shield cement, water to collect. If water jam house, foundation, foundation and basement to call. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. Number 1 waterproof cement for Nigeria. Lafarge cement. You Lafarge water shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
To cook correct food, they always give me joy. That's why anytime when I cook like this, I dey always season am with no cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside. Ugu, tatashe, shombo, onions. No one wey I no dey put. Na im make my pikin dem dey always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never available. I want more.
You see?
Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season am with no cubes for that ogbonge delicious taste. Today, chop better.
New Lafarge water shield cement now confirm. Number one waterproof cement for Naija. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Naija. New Lafarge water shield cement. Number one. New Lafarge waterproof cement. Number one. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lafarge water shield cement, water go collect. If water jam house, foundation and basement to God, no shame. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Naija. Lafarge cement. New Lafarge water shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
Who takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness? Is it when it is cooked with non-seasoning cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans?
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of Knorr cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So, go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
New Lafarge water shield cement now confirm. Number one waterproof cement for Naija. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Naija. New Lafarge water shield cement. Number one. New Lafarge waterproof cement. Number one. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lafarge water shield cement, water go collect. If water jam house, foundation and basement to God, no shame. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Naija. Lafarge cement. New Lafarge water shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM 626. And in the next 4 or 5 minutes, take a message from our friends from Baba. They sponsor the second half of the show. I've got Champions League to look for tonight. Second leg semi-final between Borussia Dortmund and Paris Saint-Germain in Paris. And remember, Dortmund take a 1-0 lead into that second leg. All right, Tony Young has bestowed his presence upon us this evening on the show. And Tony Young, how are you doing?
I'm tired.
Yeah, I know.
Tired and angry.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why.
Hope you've had a great day.
No, I've not. I'm one of these days I will join Okwes show to really speak my mind, because I don't know why other people's decisions and incompetencies will be affecting my life this much. I really do not like it. I don't do anything to deserve.
You have plans to be on my show?
No, Brian, okay, tomorrow that's the one you do by 12.
You will host the show yourself.
I'm coming.
You will host it.
I will come here. I cannot say everything I want to say on a sports show. It's not appropriate for a sports show. But why will other people's incompetencies and rubbish be affecting my life this much? I really don't like it at all.
All right, so now that you've calmed down a bit, who do you think is Nigeria's greatest ever footballer?
I was listening to conversation on my way, and I do. I somewhat agree with both Emmanuel and Okwes. For my generation, obviously, Jᴏɪᴜ M쪼ɪᴛ is the greatest player of
this generation. Yes.
So Jᴏɪᴜ M쪼ɪᴛ is the one that I watched his entire career and whatnot. And I don't think that any Nigerian player in this generation,
got close,
or even the generation before that.
Are you looking at?
Talking about 24 goals in 48
But wait, are you looking at
Jᴏɪᴜ
M쪼ɪᴛ from the prism of the national team, or what is going to Chelsea?
We're talking of
everywhere.
Their entire careers.
Of course.
If you specify greatest Super Eagles player, what time? Without that, is fascinating.
Okay, I'm going somewhere with this conversation because this links somewhere. So, by the way, Thiago Silva has been announced to join Fluminense next season, right? He's left Chelsea, and I'm sure Chelsea are going to organize a fantastic farewell if he will be involved in their final home game of the season. Now, I was recording a podcast with Yemi Adesola today, and someone sent in a fan mail, I think from Perth in Australia, and he was asking us, about the legendary status of some players for some football clubs, and he asked, is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang an Arsenal legend? One. Number two, is Robin van Persie a Manchester United legend? Now, number three, is John Mikel a Chelsea legend?
No. No to all three.
So if Mikel is not a Chelsea legend, how is he a Super Eagles or a Nigerian football legend?
His club, we can't compare clubs.
But you involve his club achievements in
his entire career.
Wale, Mikel Obi is a Nigerian player. Chelsea is a football club.
Yeah, no. So, but he can also be a legend of Chelsea Football Club, right?
Yeah, but he's not.
But it's Nigeria's greatest ever footballer, right? But it's not Chelsea's legend.
Like, he can't be Chelsea's legend. There are a lot of people.
Does Sᴘᴏ not have a case? Is Sᴘᴏ a legend for any club?
No.
You talk about the one.
Is he even a legend for national team? No.
If you want to break down those Champions League runs, how many games did you play? And like that, what not?
Yeah, but we've also not had Kanu in this conversation as number one Nigerian greatest footballer of all time,
Who do you
right?
want to have in this conversation
That's better than Mikel?
That's the greatest player for their club or wherever they play. Let us talk about it. Which Nigerian players have legendary status at any European club?
Okay. And which Nigerian player actually achieved more than Mikel at club level?
Yeah.
Is Thiago Silva a Chelsea legend?
No.
Okay, all right. So can you help me address the other ones? Aubameyang
I
and
no to all three.
Okay, no to all three.
No,
you agree as well?
to all three.
Why Robin van Persie won them number 20?
Number
United.
20? Somebody won 13.
Does not make you
So if you say somebody is a legend, except you are downgrading, maybe there's band A, band B, band C, or the legendary status. If you say legend, so you are comparing Robin van Persie.
So can we downgrade them to cultural status?
Cultural status exists for a reason.
And Aubameyang is not a cultural.
Yeah, I think I agree on that.
Yes.
The way he lives, the way he left is what gives validity to that statement. But I think from his achievements, I don't think there are 5 Arsenal strikers that are better than Aubameyang for the club. I don't think so. Let's take them. Robin van Persie, Ian Wright,
Henry.
Thierry Henry, obviously, that's the very first one. Who are the strikers that let's be serious here. Who are the strikers that...
Let's be serious.
No,
Kanu was voted as the 16th best Arsenal player of all time.
Let us stop joking.
All right, can we take a break right now? Yeah, I'll come back. We'll make the call lines available. Who do you think is Nigeria's greatest ever footballer? And maybe I can also squeeze in, is John Mikel a Chelsea legend? Interesting. We're about to get into something
He's not even
I never planned.
Every Chelsea member.
No, I think it's a cultural.
No, don't say that. Everybody that won that 2012 Champions League for Chelsea is a cultural.
Exactly, I agree.
One of disrespect.
I agree. Please.
You won it in under a caretaker manager.
I'm also holding on to that point. I think that in that class of 2012, right? We have Drogba, we have Frank Lampard, we have Terry, right? Yeah. Those three are bona fide legends, right?
Yes.
And guess what? A crucial cog in that team was John Mikel.
Do you know another crucial cog in the team? Gary Cahill eventually became captain of Chelsea.
Come on.
Gary Cahill is not even a Chelsea legend. Wait.
Where do you place Mikel?
Chill. Who was even the MVP of that Champions League final?
Was Mikel?
Well, probably Mikel.
It's not probably. It was Mikel, not probably.
Does that make you a cut?
No, at least can you a cut on Chelsea?
Alright, guys, let's take a message from member about what's gamble responsibly. Not for persons under 18.
When you leave, come back. She said nobody make her move like that. She said she want it from the night. You find better odd. I bet you want play, cause that's cost. Over 1.5, I bet you want bet. Say, what seem no go score at all like a okay. We get better payout. No worry, we there for you. Our odd, chop right out. We know the feeling. Oh no, we there for you. Oh, we there for you. You see for Bet Baba, we win money. Bet Baba, cash out it easy. For Bet Baba, we get online games for you. You play all $1. Yeah. We get better bonus. I need another. Yeah. Now Bet Baba play us cash out. Darling, no. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
Yeah, know what this is.
98.3.
Welcome back. Second half of the show commences right away, and I know you're itching to get into this conversation, and I'm going to beckon, and we're taking our first caller right now. If you want to call in, 091 36000 410 is the number to dial. Hi, good evening.
This is David from Lagos.
We can't really figure out what you're saying. What's your name and where you're calling from?
David from Alakere.
Okay, David from Alakere. Welcome, David.
Based on the question, who is the best Nigerian player?
Yeah.
I think I agree with you guys. Please, Ogunnipe.
Okay.
He won because the championship because I was the best to see that day.
Yeah.
So I can't go to him. But for Rashidi Yekini, it's based on goal scoring.
Did you watch Rashidi Yekini?
No, I've only heard of him.
Okay, all right. Man, you probably you also sound like somebody watch Rashidi Yekini, so that's fine. All right, thank you very much for calling. Have a great evening. Hi, good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen in the studio.
Hey, Wumi, how you doing?
Thank God, sir. Minus Mr. Wale. Let me first play compliment to you guys. I saw you guys on YouTube. You see on this thing on your side. Very good looking gentlemen. Extremely good looking. Okay.
Be specific.
Now.
Be specific. I'm not good looking. Maybe it's one.
Let me go through the issue.
All right.
On this issue, it's an extremely generational discussion. So, looking at it for the perspective of Mr. Cᴏᴜ, except for the fact that he did not win All Africa Footballer of the Year, which he missed marginally, Mikel Obi is top of the pack. Because any other player you are going to factor into this list, Mr. Wale, some other indices go to knock out the player, and which was not a play against the late Rashidi Yekini. May the Lord bless his soul. I see as now, let's rate John Mikel Obi. You may disagree with us, which I know you are going to do. He's top of the pack. That's my condition, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. It just doesn't sit well with me, honestly. But let's take Onomé call. We didn't hear from him yesterday, actually. Onomé 4. Yeah, I'm good. What are you doing at 4 p.m. today?
I was just closing football.
You were losing, or what did you say?
On my way home.
Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, go on. I was just trying to throw.
This fight was legend, I was just trying to think of, my own definition of legend. Doesn't necessarily mean what you've achieved. Trophies maybe outside your club. For a country, Nigeria, I would think of when Kano used to play for the Super Eagles and Jedi Okocha. Just two people, I wouldn't know what to take out of.
So you know what? I'm not going to do any Kano slander here, but I'm going to ask you one important question right now. Can you give me one really indelible moment from Kano Nwankwo with the Super Eagles of Nigeria?
The Super Eagles, I would just say, the most memorable one stands out in 1996.
But that was in Super Eagles.
Great competition.
That was in Super Eagles.
I know. I just want to say, when we used to play, it was called National Stadium. So then, when Kano doesn't normally start, but when he enters, have you ever imagined what happened to the crowd?
Kano was a symbol of hope. Kano was a symbol of you could come back and win this game. You could come in and win a foul, win a penalty. Yeah.
Exactly. Again, also, if you have something was missing in the Super then, do you understand? It might not be funny, but I experience it.
Oh, it's funny, right?
Do you understand? So I'm United. I'm so United.
Okay. All right.
I knew I was going to be back yesterday, so that's no worry.
Don't worry. We'll banter you. Don't banter yourself. We'll do it for you.
Jump ahead. That's my job.
We'll do it for you. Don't worry. We'll come into that.
What's bad about that result is that people were not really surprised by it. We actually.
I told you guys halftime win for Crystal Palace.
You even predicted correct scores that the players that was going to score.
It was written there. Then when I saw the lineup, I think 15 minutes past 7. Casemiro and Johnny Evans. It was a recipe for disaster. Yeah, it was. All right. Don't forget, this show is brought to you by Bez Baba. We'll take a look into the big odds from Dortmund versus Paris Saint-Germain, and this was the game that gave me my claim to fame last week with a correct score of 2-2. Can I repeat that again? We will see if that happens. Okay, no, this was not my claim to fame. It was Real Madrid Bayern Munich. That was my claim to fame. All right, let's get back.
This one I used to send us to.
And you ran away. On Thursday, you ran away.
Hi, good evening, bro.
Jamie from Ointebe.
Hey, Jamie, how are you?
I'm good.
Go on, Jamie. All right, Jamie, thank you very much for calling. Let's read some messages. Chibuike Ezemoni on Facebook says, for me, my all-time Nigerian greatest player is Cățăuș, mainly because he's the best Nigerian player that I was privileged to watch, and he won everything as well. All right, thank you very much, Chibu. Peter Ederu says, good evening, Wale. This question of Nigeria's greatest football of all time is really tough for me. I have racked my head all through, but don't really know what to go for, but I will choose one, then I will go for Rashidi Yekini. Afiz Adiba says, anytime, any day, I will go for Rashidi Yekini. Big shout out to Yolari and the crews. Yep. Oyebola Idris says, Iman Adiba is ahead of Oba at Arsenal. Good evening, guys. Do you just not to that?
Technically disagree. What?
Do you just not to that? Did you Iman Adiba has no status?
Did you mark the number? Okay, was I call a message?
What's the message?
Please, for the next 1 week.
Adebayo.
Please don't be joining on YouTube.
Adebayo that scored against Arsenal around the length of the pitch.
And his first game, his next game, he collected a red card.
Gabriel Isioma says, give me the Lali and the crew. My all-time Nigerian greatest footballer of all time is Rashidi Yekini. Please, where is sweet Yeni? I haven't heard from him for a while now. Yeni is very much busy. Yeni also got caught up in the old landmark thing, so he's trying to get back on the rebound. But hopefully when he's free, he will definitely join us.
You didn't get that.
Wait, did you have
a sweet Yeni?
Oh, is that what they mean?
Why would they be calling that cinema sweet? Are you too ready?
Different strokes for different folks.
We used to have a female model. The F1. I think I give you the best F1 female analyst.
Can you bring her back?
No.
No.
She's sweet, obviously. So why don't you want her on the show?
She's taller than you.
Wow.
I don't know, how did you go from 0 to 100 right now?
This is like
that's how fast I can go. But that was weak.
Your back is against the
top. All right, this is Afiz also wished that the program started at 4 p.m. today now. We're not that
person. I don't understand. Why do you want to throw my show?
You should have started talking about Manchester politics.
God. Jato Jesse says nobody comes close to Mikel Obi. Nigerian fans will always bring sentiments.
Some people come close. I just think that he edges a lot of people. It doesn't mean that nobody comes close.
All right. Godwin says Manu pays Rashford over 350k to do nothing a week and paying me like demand.
It's not a celebrity.
Okay. Don't worry. He's back against Arsenal and he knows how to score against Arsenal. I think it's the player who has scored the most against Arsenal behind Wayne Rooney at Old Trafford. Scored 4 against them. Alright, if you want to call it 0913600410, shall we talk about Manchester? What are they going to do with him? He says he's still the right man for the job.
Yeah, I don't think they are going to sack him. What should they do? They should absolutely sack him, because I've said it. Even last season when he seemingly did well, I said it. Like, you have to look beyond the table. You have to sometimes look beyond. We talk about he won the trophy in his first season, blah, 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 blah. He had a championship run to the final of the EFL Cup, and the only serious team he played was Newcastle in the final, who were missing pretty much half of their squad. They had Loris Karius in goal for a final, and United only marginally beat them. So like I was not impressed by his first season, simply because he was brought in to play a specific way. He was brought in to come and replicate what he did at Ajax. United were doing somewhat okay with Ole, but they wanted to have more control on games. They wanted to build something like Pep has done at the Etihad, and they brought this guy from Ajax. Okay, come and replicate what you have done at Ajax, only for him to come and play worse football than Ole, have zero control while gaslighting. At least Ole had the decency to know when to keep quiet and sometimes even admit the truth. Had the decency to keep gaslighting everybody and saying we are the most entertaining team in the league after going back for back against Luton Town. By the way, I was certainly entertained last night. He did not lie about that. Just my melody entertaining for Man U fans.
United are entertaining to be true.
Yeah, I enjoy myself.
But they have got chaos in their entertainment.
There's no way you concede 83 goals. Was
last night not entertaining?
See,
was Casemiro not entertaining?
Casemiro, I think Casemiro should first of all pay cyber security charges because that guy is a criminal. There's no this it cannot be legal. There's no way. Why is not pumping in jail? Casemiro can pay for money. And they don't do the same thing back here. There's no way. We told you. Why are you spending 70 million on a Brazilian defensive?
Yeah, but I mean, someone said he was transformational in his first season.
Which rubbish transformational? It was okay. He had an okay first season, and I just spoke about the first season that United really got lucky in lots of space last season.
So United have conceded 81 in all comps, right? Remember when we counted down to 50? That seemed like a long time ago.
We're doing 99 because the players now look us.
I saw it saying that this was past celebration of life.
So we're on 81 right now, and they will probably end up conceding more goals than in any previous Premier League season. Infamously, they concede the most shots than any other team in Europe's top 5. Remember, Ten Hag also gaslighted us and told us that that's not a problem. So far, the team is not conceding high quality of shots, right? Guess what? Crystal Palace had their XG yesterday was 1.48, and they scored 4 goals. But there is always an excuse Ten Hag gives. He's very constant on this one: injuries. But Ten Hag also has to realize that United are not the only team afflicted by injuries. In fact, in the Premier League table for injuries, they're not even in the top 5. Or top, I think, top 3. Because I think Luton were number 1 at the point in time.
They're the 4th.
So these excuses don't hold water anymore. United look like a team that are poorly coached. In fact, they look like a team that don't train.
I watched.
I know there are injuries.
I watched Jimmy Carragher's assessment of the match, and it was really heavy. And he talked about the fact that even if you are an under 23 player at Manchester United and you went through the team, you got trained, you got coached, you got embedded in the red army.
The under 23 team who conceded 4 last night,
terribly against Crystal Palace. Yeah, you want to look at how Crystal Palace have done in the last few games and all of that.
Yeah, they've been good,
but not against Manchester United. This is the first time they did the double over Manchester United. In fact, as it is now, Manchester United's worst point in the season in the last 10 years have been 64. And as it is that they cannot get up to 64 points till even if they win their next 2 games. That's how awful the team has been. And it's not even just about losing this game. Yes, losing is part of it. The way at which the team falls apart so quickly. You look at Manchester United and sometimes in the first 25-30 minutes of the game, they are completely overwhelmed. They almost don't have an idea of what they do. There are no leaders in the side. And you can make all of the excuses you want to make for everything, like injuries here and there. His issue with Ronaldo, we allow that one to slide. His issue with Jadon Sancho, this and this and all of that. But as a manager, your first season can be laid out as an excuse for you. You're coming up, there's a lot of expectations.
But your second season
is Manchester United's 8th manager since Ferguson left, and none of them have been able to create an identity for that side, except for Oᴘᴏ that won the Europa League and the FA Cup with the side, and his era was almost being kicked out of the side. So for me, I think Ten Hag is setting himself up for a sack.
He's already set himself up. You look at the starting 11 yesterday, they cost 400 million, despite the fact that it was a disabled side. Now, out of that 11, 7 of those players yesterday were signings.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember the last time they got it for 4 in London. That was Brentford, and we knew he was just coming into town then. And the game helped show the level or the height of the task in front, right? But these days, after this 4-0, you can look at this squad and know that all the problems in this squad were created by Erik ten Hag himself, and it was a shambolic showing, no doubt about it. And his record in the transfer market is dire right now, and I think that if the owners are serious, they should also look at those metrics to be able to decide if this guy's going to be managed next season.
They should bring you Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back.
No. And the interesting thing here is that Bayern Munich are interested in Erik ten Hag.
I'm sure before yesterday's match.
No. Yesterday drops his valuation. Yeah,
100%.
Because if they are still interested, that means that Bayern have not seen United at all this season.
I'm not sure I saw them yesterday. Now, it's difficult for you to say, apart from the number of goals they've conceded, 81 goals, and you could still look at Onana and say, hey, he's had a decent season. Because the team will have conceded
you can't concede it one another decent season. I'm sorry about that.
Come on, but
finally on Ten Hag,
but I think it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, potato. Is that the decent season was conceded? Now, the infuriating thing if you're a United fan about Ten Hag is how he continues to rest on that increasingly spurious claim that everything will be magically fixed once everybody's fit, and that the presence of Oilon, Garnacho, and Kobe Mino will make his team better going forward, and that is a big lie. Like today, said, Erik Ten Hag lies a lot, and this is a big lie. That once everybody's back fit, United will be back.
He has this fake. Well, it's good to have confidence in your side, but your inability to call your players when the needs be is a problem. No matter how terrible the team has been, we played well, we had all of the chances, we're getting better, we're the most entertaining side in the team in the league, we're doing this, we're not conceding as many goals, we're not conceding quality attempt. How do
Ten Hag has 1 year left on his contract. The smart thing will be sack him. It won't cost you that much to sack. That will be the wise thing for Sir Jim Ratcliffe to do.
He said yesterday that he's the best man to turn the situation around.
No, but I also know this season that this best man has been outcoached by Andoni Iraola, has been outcoached by Marco Silva, has been outcoached by the FC Copenhagen manager of the Champions League.
Available to Man U. Ten Hag have been outcoached by 19 other managers in the league, including Vincent Kompany of Burnley.
Let's take a message from Bednar. We'll come back. Take a look at the Champions League. Take more of your calls as well. And if you want to talk about United, feel free. And I'm still asking you, who is Nigeria's greatest ever footballer?
Over 1.5, I mean you want bet. Say, what seem no go score at all. Hey, we get better pay out. No worry, we there for you. Our odd chapter out. We know the feeling show. Oh no, we there for you. Oh, we there for you. You see for bet baba, we win money, bet baba. Cash out today easy, or bet baba. We get online games for you. You play all $1. Yeah. We get better bonus. Money we don't know. Yeah, now bet baba play us on. Cash out for sharp. Darling, no. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
Welcome back, Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM. It's 9 minutes on the show. We've got about 8-9 minutes to wrap things up, and we'll be taking a look at the big odds as far as the Champions League tonight game is concerned. But we have more messages coming through. This is okay. I think we'll read more in a bit. Onome is still here. Wants to talk to us. Hi, Onome. Welcome back.
Yeah, Wally, good evening once again.
I thought you already talked about United now. What's it again?
Yes. Wally, do you remember, do you know how many players earn over 300,000 or close to 300,000 at United? And if you can mention one, you're all blaming Ten Hag. It's normal. But it might be funny to you that he has, as for me, he has his own share of blame. You know, I don't have much time to go into his own part of the detail. Are you with me? Look at the players that are earning over 300,000 pounds. Over. Look at Casemiro yesterday. He literally got 3 goals. Go and look at the match they play. If I'm saying nonsense, go and confirm it.
Why do I have to look at the replay when I said the game?
When Eriksen was trolling, all this time, when they look at Rashford, look at what happened to us now. Doing at Ozil and Aubameyang. Look at what happened to them. Did what's it called? Did Ateta not face the same situation? In his first season, he carried 8 in the position. If Ateta was the coach of United in 8 in double season, what would be saying? Fuck the coach. They look at Ateta today. You might be thinking I'm saying nonsense, but take the trend. There's a reason. It might not be concrete. But
thank you very much.
Signs are there on the Arteta.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, greatness coming from number.
Welcome, greatness.
You guys are the level. Not even the level. You guys are the level now.
All right, greatness. We're not hearing you clearly. It's difficult. It's breaking sort of. It's breaking sort of. You might have to call me back, okay? Please do that ASAP. We'd love to hear from you. We're talking David Moyes in a moment. Who also, as has been announced, he will be leaving West Ham at the end of the season. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Hi, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Adewale Adesina.
Okay, welcome. Go on, Adewale.
I'm a Manchester United fan.
Okay.
Sorry. So, if we are blaming the coach, what about the players? And for the coach, the player complained that the training is giving them is too hard.
That they are running too much.
Let the boss check them. Let's see what is going on. Feel everything. Casemiro. I don't see what they are playing. Let them go.
Okay. But the manager should stay, right?
I don't know. They don't deserve to play in Man U.
All right. Okay, thank you very much for your thoughts. So basically, our last two callers are saying that the blame has to be shared. The players are also not given the best. Of course, yeah. Yeah, but you can't sack all 11 players. You can't sack all of the players. But you can sack the manager. Yeah, you know how we do. You know how we do it. Right?
You keep saying this thing. We'll remind you again.
Leave him now. Maybe they'll play again on Saturday.
Anyway, before we go, we must talk about Chelsea.
Hello, good evening. Hello. Our greatness is better now.
Yes. Please, Wale, who is noisy now? Is it not money? They are making too much noise. It's just pity that it's happening to them. So when their old papa calls noisy. But now they will be mentioning that they keep making a lot of noises. When I was a kid, watching football, when you dribble somebody, they will say Okocha. When you dribble somebody, they will say Rashid Okin. I've never seen this generation, this JV generation, when they dribble somebody, they will say
do you have to be a dribbler to be a legend?
Yeah, but he makes a good point.
Wait, I'm making my own point.
Our players can be transcendent. Yeah.
Yes, I'm making my own point. Wale, for me, I'll go for Rashid Okin, the legend.
All right, thank you very much. I think I was trying to talk about how players also, their greatness can be like transcendent, how they can transcend other things.
The transition of Mikel as well? He plays as a DM at Chelsea.
I'm not talking about transmission. I'm talking about...
No, I understand. No, don't get me wrong. I understand that what you're trying to say is that most defining moment for players.
Look what you made me do, Drake.
You started to go that way. What I'm saying is that every player would always have their unique...
No,
there's nothing bad in what I said.
What
I'm basically saying is that he said that if you dribble like Mikel, dribble like JJ, this and that. You also look at what Mikel does. He spent almost the entire season as a DM at Chelsea. When it comes to Nigeria,
you're still missing the point. The point here is explaining how those players then were transcended into, for example, street football. You play street football and you want to be like Austin JJ Okocha. You want to be like Rashidi Yekini. You want to celebrate the USA 94 win. Yeah, and it's saying that maybe players like John Mikel don't have that kind of presence.
If that's even the case, then Ronaldo is arguably the greatest player of all time.
He's a showman. Ronaldo is always in the conversation, isn't he?
Ronaldo is never in anybody's good conversation. Ronaldo is not a top 10 player of all time.
No, don't bring that one.
But if you want to go by who has the streets, who everybody wants to be like. Lots of people even started watching football because of Ronaldo. A lot of people support Barcelona today because of
Baba, I can tell you for a fact that some people's top 10 involves Ronaldo as the greatest of all time. Yeah, the one that is not serious actually. Yeah. And don't let us transition into something else. Yeah. All right. Let's talk the voice real quick. We don't have time. How would you sum up his time at West Ham?
Better than his giving credit.
Remember, I had 2 stints. Yeah.
Better than his giving. I'm talking about the second stint.
Yeah.
Better than his giving credit for won them an European trophy.
Their greatest night
and historic achievement.
Yeah.
You can't take that away from him. And he's a victim of Premier League clubs always wanting more. Basically, people when they feel like they've been at the level for too long.
Yeah. But is that a bad thing?
No, it's not. It's not. But also, it is not.
It's a bad thing when you can't manage your expectations.
Yes.
What were they expecting David Moyes to deliver? Champions League football.
But to be fair, it was. They believe that they've invested enough in the squad to compete. So
at the top level consistently.
Yeah, when you look at the clubs that are ahead of them competing, they believe probably clubs like
Tottenham Hotspur,
like Tottenham.
So if they beat Luton this weekend, they will end up 9th. Now the 8 teams above them have got bigger budgets than them.
Exactly.
And I think I bet. Yeah, of course. Yes.
They should manage the expectations.
Villa are owned by big boys. Chelsea are richer than Spurs. No, I'm not even talking about financial muscle here. The top 8 teams above them right now have got bigger muscle than them.
Really outspent West Ham. West Ham have spent a lot to assemble this. They
have, but if you go and take a look at the budget of these top 8 teams, they've also outspent West Ham. Go and check it. They've got bigger budgets than West Ham. So I think that Moyes has done okay. It's provided them that night in Prague that they will never forget. But once again, is a victim of those clubs wanting more, which is really not a bad thing.
Which now, you cannot give them to.
They are going into the arms of Julian Lopetegui. I think that smells like disaster. We've been here. It looks like Pellegrini all over again, right? And we have been here. Starts really well. They find it. They lose their way. And I think, to be honest, on Moyes, I think they've played some good football this season. They've beaten Arsenal twice this season. They've beaten United. They've beaten Chelsea. They've beaten Spurs. But that occasional penchant for be able to lose crazily,
stretch and just go 8 games.
If West Ham want to lose, they will lose really badly. And if they want to be good, they can be very good. And This year they've only won twice in the Prem. This year they've only won twice. That looks really bad on us.
Can win good against Man City.
That looks bad. All right, I'm calling tonight's game in Paris. It's at 31.00 odds on Bet Baba. That ends goalless. Yeah, I'm calling it goalless. I think he ends goalless. 31.00. You could probably just take a point on that. That's just one moment.
31.00.
Yeah, at the end goes he ends goalless. Yeah.
So PSG need a goal to tie in front of their own.
So didn't they need a goal last week?
Like this is the door that is just one goal down in front of their own fans. I don't see a word where this ends goalless.
And I
it's even more likely that Dortmund will probably win like 3-2 or 2-1 or something.
Alright,
what if the game ends in goalless?
Like, that's how you said. That's how you said that last week.
I just messed with his brain now.
Because Dortmund knows what they have to do.
Yeah.
Keep it tight for 90 minutes and we're done.
Bless you, my brother.
Who's your brother?
I wish you talk about football.
Alright, so check it out, betbaba.ng, and check on the correct score, and you can find goalless at 31.00. Trust me, you might just have
the last time you trusted him, remember.
He ran away on Thursday.
Alright, that's the show this evening. But who do you think progresses tonight?
I think
PSG.
Okay, remember.
He's not. Goalless is a matter of talk.
You guys know where I stand on this one. Dortmund for the final. Yeah. Alright, see you guys tomorrow.
I don't get 1 million to give you. The way I will pray for PSG this time.
So was it part of you that had a bet?
Yes, now.
I know what he has that we can sell.
We had the 1 million naira bet now. Yes, sir. You have to be a man of your words.
Before cyber security. That was the charges.
Don't worry, I'll manage 500k.
Dortmund must not go. I cannot help you.
Alright, guys, enjoy the game tonight. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.